Hi, my name's Derek Ty with eXp Realty, and today we're going to be talking about Milford and Miami Township in the greater Cincinnati area. We're going to be talking about walkability, parks, schools, restaurants, shopping, and of course, stick around at the end. We're going to talk about the 3 things I love about Milford and Miami Township and the 3 things I dislike about the Milford Miami Township area. Let's go. Welcome back. This is Derek Ty again, and I've been selling real estate here in the greater Cincinnati area since 2004. So let's start with why would I buy a home in the greater Cincinnati area? Starting with the business community. There are a ton of Fortune 100 companies here, small businesses, and even startups. There's great schools from preschools all the way to top universities. We have world-class sports like the Cincinnati Reds, Cincinnati Bengals, Who Dey, and soccer. We've got amazing parks, both city, township, even state parks everywhere. We have lots of friendly people that smile, which I like. Farmers markets all over town, world-class fine arts and entertainment, restaurants, the Cincinnati Zoo, world-class hospitals, an international airport, and even great real estate home values. So where is Milford and Miami Township located? Milford and Miami Township are actually located just east of downtown Cincinnati. They're surrounded by the towns of Loveland, Miamiville, Indian Hill, Terrace Park, Union Township, Goshen, and Stone Lake Township. The downtown of Milford is actually pretty small, but the zip code 45150 is actually used for the township of Miami Township east of Milford, and that includes most of Miami Township. Now, in the northern part of Miami Township, that's actually considered a Loveland mailing address, 45140, and so you'll actually have a separate video on that if you want specifically to get information on Loveland, reference our video on Loveland. So how close is Milford and Miami Township from downtown Cincinnati? Well, there are actually several routes you can take to get to downtown Cincinnati from Milford. You can take 275 south to 471 north. You can take 275 north to 71 south, or you can take some back roads through Terrace Park and Indian Hill. Depending on which way you go and what part of day it is and traffic, you're looking at about a 25 to 35 minute commute from the Milford area. So what about hospitals? Well, there's actually several hospitals around Milford and Miami Township. The closest one is Anderson Mercy, that's about 20 minutes away, and there are 2 children's hospitals located about 30-minute drive from there, and there's some regional hospitals also located downtown Cincinnati within about a 30-minute drive. So how close are airports? Well, there's actually 2 major airports regionally in the area. The CVG airport is about 30 to 35 minute drive away, and the Dayton airport is a little over an hour away to the north. So what makes the Milford and Miami Township area special? Well, in my opinion, it is a great little historic downtown area. It's known as, Milford, Ohio. It's been around a really long time, and a lot of the community of Miami Township is kind of spurred from the development of the downtown Milford area. The Little Miami River, which is a national scenic and state scenic river, runs right next to the town, right through the edge of town and through the township area as well. Another thing that's great about the area is there's lots of things to do in Milford and Miami Township. So a lot of people know it regionally as a place to go do stuff like Scene 75, which is a big entertainment complex for teenagers and sometimes adults like me, and movie theaters are located there as well. So is there good shopping in Milford? Well, the downtown Milford area is pretty small, but it's really cool because there's a ton of shopping options. There's a bike store, a cool toy store, several antique stores, home decor, women's clothing, and even a couple military used gun shops down there. If you go just east of Milford into Miami Township, you're gonna find all your traditional stores, Walmart, Target, Kroger, Home Depot, Lowe's, Meijer. There's also a ton of small businesses there as well. If you want to drive just a little further, you're going to get to some of the other larger shopping areas. That would be in Kenwood or Eastgate or even in the Deerfield Township, Mason area. So what kind of restaurants are in Milford and Miami Township? There are a ton of great eating options in the downtown Milford area. So those are mainly the smaller businesses. Those are locally owned restaurants. You're going to have, rotating menus, things like that. If you want your more, national chain options, if you go just east into Miami Township, you're going to find everything there from Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, Taco Bell, any of those major chain restaurants. You're going to find those just east into the Miami Township area. So what are my favorite restaurants in Milford and Miami Township? Well, let's start the list with Penn Station. One of the reasons I'm starting the list is they actually started that restaurant here in Greater Cincinnati, and they spread to locations all over the country. They actually have their national headquarters right here in Stone Lake Township, which is the next township over from Miami Township. If you go and you want to have something really delicious, try that chicken teriyaki sub. It's so salty and so delicious. And make sure you get one of those fresh made chocolate chip cookies afterward. Another one of my favorites is Padrino. This is downtown Milford. My family and I have stopped in there for lunch, great lunch options, and also for dinner. I personally love the lasagna. My kids love the pizza. It's kind of like a flatbread pizza style. And they have amazing drinks and specials all the time. So if you're looking for kind of a casual Italian spot right downtown in the Milford area after you've gone shopping or walking around, that's a great option. Another great option that just opened is Cincinnati Distilling. This is actually a great historic building that's been completely remodeled, and they even have their own restaurant inside called Nation's Kitchen. And so I just visited there about a week ago, and the food was great and the drinks were great. It's cool that it's been completely restored, like this old building that no one's done anything with for a really long time. Now it's got a beautiful place inside of it. There is also a brewery option in downtown Milford. A lot of people love it. Lots of outdoor seating. It's right next to the scenic river. You'll have some people that actually hop off the bike trail. They go have a drink in the middle of the day and then they hop back on the bike trail again. So if you're into like craft beer and lots of options there, indoor, outdoor seating, and they have like a rooftop style patio deck that overlooks the river, that would be a great option for you. Another one of my personal favorites is Pickles and Bones. This is actually, in my opinion, the best beef brisket you'll find anywhere in the world. I personally just think it's amazing, juicy, salty. If you love great brisket smoked there on the premises, you got to check it out. There's no restaurant inside, so you have to grab it and go take it back to your favorite gathering, but that's definitely a place you got to check out. The last recommendation, but there's so many more great options in Miami Township and Milford, would be Bite Restaurant. We've been going there for years. This is a locally owned restaurant, chef prepared food. It's farm to table style, and we love it because you can actually bring your own bottle of wine and they let you open it there, and they don't charge a corking fee. So I think it's a great option if you want to go have a little date night, have some really good food, but you don't want to spend like $300 on dinner. This would be a great option for you. So what about the parks in Milford and Miami Township? Well, in Miami Township, I specifically like the Miami Riverview Park. This is in Miami Township, right next to downtown Loveland area. And what I love about it is you have trail access, lots of free parking. There's actually a little paved trail that kind of gets you around inside the park, but also you get baseball fields, you get covered pavilions that you can rent out for parties, a big playground, and huge fields if you want to throw frisbee or run like an RC airplane or something. Our kids really like that park, and it's popular with a lot of people in the area. Also in Miami Township, there's a park called Miami Meadows Park. This is actually the crown jewel of the Miami Township park system. It's 200 acres of amazing recreational green space, tons of soccer fields, football fields, baseball fields, basketball courts, walking trails, playground, 2 picnic shelters, a dog park, and a catch and release fishing lake. So they've also done something cool there too, is they've dedicated a large wetland area, reserving it for the wildlife habitat in the area. What I also love about Miami Township's parks, specifically this one, is they do big festivals and fireworks there. The other thing that's really cool is there's several neighborhoods that actually connect to the park. Now, if you need help figuring out which homes and home neighborhoods actually connect to the park system, let me know and we can help you with that. Now, if you're in Milford and you're looking for park options, they've got a ton of options as well. So you can access the bike trail, the Ohio Erie Trail, the paved trail that I talk a lot about on my videos, right through the Milford trailhead. So you can get car parking there, restrooms, benches, picnic tables, and there's a snack bar and even a bike repair shop right there at the facility. A lot of people in the area that are traveling north to south on the bike trail will actually stop, get off at this little exit basically, and go over into the downtown Milford area, have a drink or an ice cream or something, and then hop back on the trail. Now, if you're a mountain biker, there's also a great option there too. I like to take my mountain bike down. They have a really cool trail system right there downtown Milford. You can access it right near the downtown area, and they've reserved, I think it's 20 or 30 acres right alongside the river, and they've got these great little hills and turns and multiple paths you can take. You can spend a half an hour there and take a bunch of different paths, and then you can just hop right back on the paved trail and then head back home that way. So is Milford and Miami Township walkable and or dog friendly? Well, the parks are definitely dog friendly, so bring along your dogs to the park. Regarding the sidewalk system, it is really great for dogs as well. So if you are in the downtown Milford area, you can actually walk from a home into the small downtown area, and you can walk around, have a drink. Outdoor patios and bars, things like that will let you have your dog outside, and you can also connect to the parks that do the same thing. They allow dogs as well. So let's talk about walkability in Milford. In the little downtown Milford area, there's lots of ways to walk around. The sidewalks connect everything. So if you live in downtown Milford, or if you just got off the bike trail, you can definitely walk to pretty much anything that you want to. If you're in the downtown business district, it does connect to the neighborhood itself. Now, if you're in the Miami Township area, a lot of those streets and roads are busier. They don't have berms and sidewalks on a lot of parts. So if you're thinking about buying a home in Miami Township and then walking into like downtown Milford, you're probably not going to be able to do that safely. You may have to drive from one place to the other. There are some neighborhoods that do have sidewalks into parks, but not necessarily super safe walkways on all the neighborhoods. So if you're looking specifically at doing that, contact us. We can help kind of navigate you to which neighborhoods would be better for what you're looking for. So what school options are there in the area? Well, there's a ton of preschool options. Just like most areas of Greater Cincinnati, you've got 10 to 12 in every given little zip code and area. There's also 3 public school districts in Milford and Miami Township. So this one's a little confusing. So if you are in the northern part of Miami Township, you're probably going to be in the Loveland School District. If you're on the south in the western part of Miami Township and Milford, you're going to be in the Milford School District. Now, to add the 3rd school district into Milford and Miami Township, that would be the Claremont Northeastern School District, and that would be on the far east side of the Miami Township. And there's not a ton of homes that have that. If you're looking for a specific school district or looking for a specific area, just let us know. We can help you navigate through that. If you're looking for ratings on the different school districts, you can always go to the Ohio School Report Card website, or you can contact us and we can get you a link to that. If you're looking at private school options, there are a ton of options right there in a 5 to 10 mile radius. You've got Milford Christian Academy, Seven Hills, Miami Valley Christian, Moeller, Cincinnati Hills Christian Academy, Summit Country Day, St. Veronica, and there's several others I'm not even mentioning. There's a lot of private school options right there. So let's talk about home values and home types. So to live in that Milford, Miami Township area, you've got lots of options. You can rent an apartment, a condo, or a home, or you can buy a condo or a home, and even some luxury homes and estate properties in the Miami Township area where there's a little bit more land. So in the downtown Milford area, you're going to see some historic homes, some Cape Cod, some 2-stories. As you go out further into Miami Township, you're going to see newer developments in some areas where there's a lot of 2-story homes, 3 to 4 bedrooms, 2-car garages, and full basements. So what about home prices here in the Milford and Miami Township area? So when you combine condo sales in Milford and Miami Township area in the last 6 months, the average home sold for $234,000 with an average of $195 per square foot. Now, when you go to single family homes that are detached, that are 3 bedrooms, just 3-bedroom homes, you're seeing an average of $295,000 at $182 per square foot. Now, when you move up to the 4-bedroom and up, including the luxury home segment and some farms and estate properties in there, those have gone up to $444,000 at an average of $164 per square foot. If you're looking for today's value specifically, just reach out to us and we'll get those to you. So what are 3 things I dislike about the area? Well, first of all, in the Miami Township area, really there's not enough walkable sidewalk areas connecting neighborhoods to each other. Now, my wife and I are very involved in the Chamber of Commerce in the Miami Township area in Loveland, and we have talked to the administrators here that run the township of Miami Township, and they are making efforts to increase the number of sidewalks and the connectability of the sidewalks to the kind of business districts and the park system. So this is something they're working on, but currently I would say this is a dislike compared to some of the other neighborhoods and areas in greater Cincinnati. The second thing I dislike about the area is the limited access to the National Scenic River that runs beside the township. So you've got this beautiful river that kind of borders the township, and there's really not a lot of access to the river. So one of the things that they're working on is possibly someday getting some access through the Miamiville area, which they're working on expanding sidewalks now. And there's a river there, but it's kind of cut off from the actual sidewalk system. So there's a bike trail that runs by it. So you've got this National Scenic River, but again, it's limited access on how you get to the river from the township system and the sidewalk system. The third thing I dislike about the Miami Township area specifically is that the roads in a lot of areas are pretty narrow. You think about some of the boulevard style streets and sidewalks and everything's kind of spread apart. That's not the case in most of Miami Township. You've got very small berms on the side, so someone cannot, bicycle over there, because when you put 2 cars on a double lane road with cars going both directions, there's not a lot of room for bikes. So that's something that I hope to see increase in the future, is access for bikers and walkers along all these streets and sidewalk systems. I think over time, if they spend some money on that, that'll be a great addition to the Milford and Miami Township area. So what are 3 things I love about Milford and Miami Township? Well, first of all, I love the downtown Milford area. I love the fact that there are little street vendors during festivals. You've got little shops and stores and antique market. In the wintertime, they do a great Christmas festival. They've got a Meet the Santa. They've got the Milford Police Department and Fire Department get involved, and they do rides through town. There's carriage rides. It's a great little town and a great place to just be a family in the area, check things out, and spend a day there. It's a lot of fun. Another thing I love about the Milford and Miami Township is as you get into the Miami Township area, you're seeing larger and larger home sites, as many as 15 acres at some point. So most of the large acreage properties have been divided up over the years, but you have a lot of half-acre home sites, so people that want a little bit more space between them and their neighbors. There's a lot of rolling hills, beautiful trees, and there's also a lot of scenery in Miami Township. So if you want a larger home site, a little bit more scenery, a little bit more green and trees between you and your neighbor, this is a great option for you to live. This leads me to my third thing I love about Milford and Miami Township. Specifically, it has to do with the scenic river. I love the National Scenic River running right alongside the township. I'm a visual guy. I love to see scenery, and to me this is one reason why a lot of people live here. They also like to live close to a National Scenic River or the bike trail system. So you've got the Ohio Erie Trail that runs right through there. If you combine that with great restaurants, shopping, walkability in a lot of these areas, great parks, this is truly a great place to live. My wife and I actually live in Miami Township, and we live on the Loveland side of Miami Township, and I can tell you that the entire area is beautiful to live in, and there are a lot of people that come from all over the world and settle in this area, and they really love it. Well, thank you for taking your time to watch this neighborhood review on the Milford and Miami Township area. I hope you do me a favor and click on the like or subscribe link below. That'll let you know when another video is published. It also helps our algorithms with YouTube to find people like you that might be interested in buying a home here in the greater Cincinnati area. If you need to reach out with any questions, we're happy to help out with that as well. You'll see a phone number listed on the screen, and we'd be happy to serve you anytime in the near future. I hope that we can do business with you soon. Thank you so much for watching this video, and have a great day.